everybody, it's Savannah here, and today I'm going to be giving you some tips about finding your passion. So, I recently found my passion, and I should probably tell you guys how you know when something is your passion. It's when it does not feel forced, when it feels like it's the right fit. And so I should probably just give you the story. So, back in 5th grade, I skipped a grade. I had to get good grades, and I ended up suppressing my more artistic side for multiple years until about a couple weeks ago when I just started thinking, what is my passion? I am about to be a sophomore, and I've dropped all these extracurriculars. I've started them, and I've hated them. Like, there are a couple that I like, and I'm like, well, it could be books, it could be I thought of all these other academic things, and I could just not figure it out. And then I let God into my life. And that's a whole nother story for a whole nother time, but pretty much I have had a spiritual awakening. And the rest of my family isn't that religious, so it causes a couple problems. But, so I just said, you know what, God has a plan for me, and I bet he has a passion for me too. It was about that time when I heard kids talking about this thing called Young Artists Academy. And I thought, oh, that'd be a good thing to have on my resume. Of course, that's how I think most of the time. And then I really got to thinking, and I was like, I really, truly enjoy art. I mean, when I was younger, art was my thing. I mean, seriously. And then when I get stressed, I color. Okay? I color for fun. Like, that's my thing for when I'm stressed. Because it's very thoughtless and it just helps me calm down. So I was thinking, like, maybe that could be my passion. I mean, I'm good at it. And I just very much so enjoy it. And I've been doing it for years. I mean, I'm a very artistic person. Like, I make videos. A lot of my schoolwork has to go with my artsiness, even though you may not think of that totally, but it can be artsy. And it just kind of fell right into place. And how I knew that this was my passion was when I started Model UN, academic decathlon, tech club. All those felt forced, all three of them. I just did not like them. Within a month, I knew it's not my thing. But I kept on doing it because I'm like, this can be my passion, even though I hate it. So then I got to thinking, and I was like, maybe not. So for the past couple months, I've done like nothing extracurricular wise, other than teen advisory board and volunteering. But so then I went and I signed up for some art classes, and I've just gone from there. So here are some tips that I have for you guys. Your passion is probably something that you fell in love with when you were younger. So go back and look at when you were younger and say, what did I enjoy? It's most likely something that's not going to just stand out right to you. If you're anything like me, you've most likely suppressed it just to get the GPA that you want. When I was younger, I loved watching History Channel. So, of course, one of my passions is learning. But another one was I would spend hours drawing, putting together pipe cleaners in weird order, just doing anything that I could when it came to art. I loved it. And I just could not make that connection. The only thing I could think of was history, to tell you the truth. So that's where my passion came from. And I knew that it was my passion because it felt right. It's just not gonna like be there. Oh my god, it's just, you're not just going to like stumble upon your passion. Well, you may be forced into a class and then you'll be like, this is just the right thing for me. You'll know, like you'll have this epiphany. But until you do, please stay calm. Especially if you want to go to an Ivy League school that says, like, you have to have a passion. Well, some kids do when they go in high school. Some kids don't, and then they find it over time. So if they ask, what is your passion? And then if the person asks you, well, why didn't you start on it your freshman year? Just be like, I hadn't found it yet. So, yeah, those are the tips that I have for finding your passion. Bye.